Welcome to NGC News, your monthly update on NorthGate Life. If you want information, impartation, inspiration, then you're tuned in to the right place. NGC News, accurate and impactful, shaping destiny, fulfilling purpose.
I'm Josiah Fraser and I will be your announcer for this morning. Recently, NorthGate College was featured in 2 national newspapers and lauded for its innovative approach to education during a pandemic. This innovative system, EduFLEX, is the brainchild of the leadership and collaborative partners of the college. Let's learn more about how EduFLEX was conceptualized and brought to life as we chat with our director, Ms. Lepay.
All right. Hello, everybody. So today we'll be having a little conversation with our director, Ms. Lepay. Let me just begin with anyone who doesn't know how EduFLEX works. Can you just give us a quick rundown on how it works, how it operates, what it consists of? Because many people might not know what EduFLEX actually is.
Thanks, Rowan. That's a good place to start. So EduFLEX is, as its name suggests, a flexible learning education experience. And I think that would be the key. Yes, it consists of different components. You'll have speakers, projectors, microphones, ambient sound mics, and other gadgets. But the issue is not so much the gadgets or the technology, it's what the technology allows us to do. So it is a flexible learning education system where a classroom, a physical classroom, is outfit to allow for students who are in school and those who are online but not in the physical campus to have the same class experience.
Okay, so the next thing, in the context of COVID-19 vaccination rollout, so how was this concept of EduFLEX? How was it birthed? What was the thought process behind it?
Our leadership, the chairman of our school, Dr. Noel Woodruff, was able to discuss with us at the leadership level, the co-chairman and myself, that there would be a need in the future for a school system that would allow 2 groups of students to be taught at the same time. This was even before we had the issue of vaccines being made available for children. Just if you take into account COVID-19, as you said, and the requirement for social distancing, it means that if you have the same physical space, you cannot have the entire school population come out at the same time.
It really sounds like EduFLEX was kind of made for this situation.
I think so, definitely. That would definitely be a good way to put it. And it's true that you mentioned it's been in a thought process for a while, because when Dr. Woodruff first spoke to our parent body about it, it was actually in September of 2020. So over a year ago was the first time that he publicly spoke to the parent body saying, we're going to build this thing. It's going to be called EduFLEX. And it's going to be created because we can foresee there will be a time when 2 sets of students will have to be serviced, and this is a good way to do it.
Very good, very good. So can you just give us an idea of the 9/10ths that went into the operation? All of the background work, just everything that kind of made this EduFLEX work.
Yes. Oh, at NorthGate, we talk about being an iceberg and that you really only see 1/10 of the thing and the 9/10ths is below. Well, EduFLEX is certainly a practical example of that. It took so many man hours and there's a huge system behind NorthGate that the students, the parents don't always see, not even every member of staff. There is so much collaboration that takes place, late night meetings, and people who live outside of Trinidad and Tobago but are part of our wider global world inside of Congress WBN, who stay up and work on what is the design plan and what components should be put together, and if there is an issue that crops up, they're troubleshooting and trying to figure out how it works. And then you have multiple teams of people on the campus over the last 11 months, from upgrading the electrical grid to adjusting the Wi-Fi to installation of fans and other kinds of ventilation systems, because we live in the tropics, but we can no longer use air condition, to just signage, testing. There was a lot that went into making EduFLEX what it is, and it's still in progress. There are still things that we are discovering now that we're actually implementing it live.
The impact of the students, from what you have seen, how has it impacted the students who have managed to utilize the system so far?
I think I would say this in two ways. So for the students who are on the campus, it has really been a joy to see everyone coming back out. It was just so wonderful. You've been seeing the kids online for the last 18 months. And while that has had its pleasant parts and its advantages, it was just really heartwarming to see everyone again in the flesh, in person. And the fact that we have EduFLEX to make that happen has been a great joy, not only to me, but to other members of the campus, the students and the staff. I've seen the students themselves just come alive. So I think what the system has facilitated is what I would focus on, not the system itself, because a projector on its own or a speaker on its own or a mic on its own isn't really doing anything, but it's what it has facilitated, that community life part of things. And then for our students who are off the campus but are online, it has been beautiful to see how it has been seamless. The kids who are on the campus so far have been working with their devices and logging on, and they're saying, no, we want to still catch up with our friends who are online. So in the middle of a class, they'll still be able to log in, chat, add a comment, add a joke. And the folks who are online don't feel disconnected or feel like they are just looking in at, the real action that's happening on campus. They really feel like we're still a part of the same class experience. And that to me has been invaluable. So I think the impact is what EduFLEX has allowed more than what the system itself practically does.
Yeah, so as a student myself, I can definitely say it's just really amplifying and showing the sense of community we already have here at NorthGate. And it's just honestly beautiful to see. So thank you, Ms. Lepere. This was a fantastic, kind of view-in for anyone who hasn't been on campus yet or had classes in EduFLEX for what EduFLEX is like, what it's done. And we are excited to see what it accomplishes in the future. Thank you, Ms.
Thank you, Rowan. Thanks for asking the questions. It really has been good to get the opportunity to explain and to share with everyone.
October 4th was a momentous occasion in the history of our school. Do you know why? You guessed it. It was the day that our very first set of students came out to live in-person classes on the school campus. Since then, students in Forms 4 and 5 have been enjoying live classes every week on a rotational basis, and Form 6 has been out to school every day. Let's see what the students have to say about EduFLEX.
On the ground, keeping you in the loop.
Hi, I'm Dariel John, and today I'm here with Naomi Yusuf. Naomi, what are your thoughts on the term so far at NorthGate College?
Well, the first day of school has been very, very interesting. I think it's really organized, and it's clear that they spent a lot of time, and I can't wait to see the rest of the year.
Very nice. And what are your thoughts on the EduFLEX system?
I think the EduFLEX system is extremely organized and it's running really smoothly. So I think it's great.
As a NorthGate College student, the EduFLEX system has been a blessing to me, as I'm able to see my friends and teachers.
Physical school for me has been very organized, and I'm enjoying it so far, as I can see all my friends and interact with my teachers.
My first day back to school was so exciting, and it was nice to learn in person rather than online school.
I'm excited to be back in physical school because it makes it easier to take notes in class.
I really like the EduFLEX system because it allows me to interact with online students and in-person students all at once.
Nothing moves in Northgate College without the staff, and EduFLEX is no different. Members of staff were out in their numbers for staff training on Friday, 1st of October, and excitedly came out to school the following Monday to join the students via EduFLEX. Let's take a behind-the-scenes peek into what this experience has meant for our teachers.
Coming into EduFLEX from day one, that this was designed to make sure that all students were reached, that everybody was involved. And so my first class using EduFLEX was a lab because I teach biology. Right. So I sat down and I worked out, okay, how am I going to get the online students engaged in a lab activity inside of this new space? And so I paired them up with students who were live in the class with me, and they formed their own meet, and they went through the procedure as though they were literally here. And I can hear the conversations taking place, I can see the engagement, I'm hearing feedback and collaboration across the devices. And so the students did not miss out. When I asked for feedback at the end of the lab session, they didn't miss out. It was as if they were here. And I was very grateful that inside of EduFLEX, there is that we, like everybody, is still included in the classroom experience. And that's exactly what happened. So it felt like it was supposed to be that way. But it did require me sitting down and thinking, how do I ensure that everybody is involved in what we are doing and nobody is missing out on this?
With the students, they're patient. If I have to change settings or something so they can hear the speakers or anything like that, they wait patiently. There is no, you could tell from their body language, they're in tune. They're okay. You know, they're with it. They're rolling with us as well. This is new to them and they are enjoying it as well. And I find that whole idea of my initial impressions of EduFLEX now, it is from God. It is something that we can say is from the mind of God. It is a solution for the time that we are in now. And it works. It works. We have a few hiccups, but by and large, it's smooth. It's flowing. My class can go on both for the students online and in school. It's going on. They're understanding concepts. They're making jokes. They're hearing each other. And I'm very, I'd say, contented with what is taking place.
So I'm looking forward to having the rest of the school out. So when our Form 1s, 2s, and 3s, when they come on and they get to be, part of the class, and to see them, use EduFLEX and to hear from them how they're enjoying it, and then to just see everything flowing smoothly with everybody on board. I look forward to that. And I also feel as if one day EduFLEX will become, I'm thinking of our online students in other countries, and to be able to even have more of that, more Kushas and Tristans, defense and that kind of thing, be part of the system and benefit from it. So I think a lot of good things are in store for us using EduFLEX.
I think having a son who is, he's been a NorthGate student for more than a year now, but he has never been a student on campus. He's never been here with his classmates and so on. And I think to me that shows the real commitment behind EduFLEX, that regardless of what happens in the world, we will give our students the full experience of their education, because there is a difference to the education they get when they're in person with each other. And I think I'm looking forward to seeing them. I know how much if I can hear them, I see them in class, I know how much they're looking forward to seeing each other in the flesh. And I'm looking forward to to see how that develops with them.
That's it for this episode of NGC News. I am Josiah Fraser. Good morning.